Here are two popular nootropic supplements. One you'll find in the supermarket aisle, Prevagen. The other you'll find online, and pretty much anywhere you search for nootropics, NooCube usually comes up because it is very popular. But I'm going to compare these head to head to see which one is a better nootropic formula to help you boost brain function, short and long term. As always, I'm going to compare the ingredients, the dosages, and the price to see if it's worth it for you, or if there are other nootropic supplements that might be better than these two. And as always, down in the description, you will find the links if you wish to purchase any of these. Is a one ingredient nootropic. It has Apoaequorin, I think that's how you pronounce it, as the main active ingredient. It has vitamin D in it, but we ignore essentially non-active nootropic supplements in these because there's just no point covering them. All I care about is the active nootropic ingredient. That is at 10 milligrams in their normal Prevagen formula. They have other formulas like extra strength, which just essentially doubles the dose of Apoaequorin, and then some other formulas. And we have NooCube, which is actually I guess you could call it a full stack nootropic formula, where it has multiple ingredients aimed at boosting brain function. Both are non-stimulant, which I really like, as I prefer not to have caffeine and stimulants within my nootropics because I'd rather get that from my morning coffee or whatever it is I'm having. So because these formulas are so different, I can't actually compare them head to head because there's only one ingredient in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover both formulas very quickly. I've covered both of these in the individual reviews if you want to go even deeper, and then I'm going to go put them head to head. The first one, Apoaequorin in Prevagen, honestly is not a great ingredient, most likely because the research done on this ingredient is actually done by Prevagen themselves, and it was not done through a third party. They actually conducted, analyzed, and funded the research themselves with their own team, which leads to potential study bias, especially since the subjects in the study had only self-reported cognitive impairment, and if they actually had cognitive impairment, they were excluded from the study. So then you already have potential bias in there from taking nootropic supplement. But just for the purpose of this video, what they found was taking this for 90 days showed a statistically significant improvement in verbal learning and memory recall. Again, big holes and problems with the study, but that's essentially the story of Prevagen so far, but I've got more for you in a sec. NooCube, on the other hand, has a full stack formula. We're looking at choline, which is a precursor to neurotransmitter to help with memory function and recall. We then have Bacopa Monnieri extract, 250 milligrams. Again, great for verbal memory, memory acquisition, delayed recall, and other cognitive function. Typically looking around 300 to 500 milligrams within the research. So we're pretty much right on that, and we don't know if dosages below are still going to give the same effects, but there could be synergistic effects. We have L-Theanine in 250 milligrams. Again, it's underdosed in basically every nootropic, so you're looking at around 2 grams or more to see improvements in brain function under stress. But I can't hold that against it because no way you're going to fit 2+ grams in a capsule. Cat's Claw, which is more of a traditional, I guess, nootropic extract, especially since it has no real research backing it, but it's just traditionally known as nootropic and used in many nootropic supplements. We have L-Theanine, which is one of the better nootropic ingredients, helps relieve stress and anxiety, works really well at dosages anywhere from like 50 milligrams up to 400 milligrams in my experience, and pairs perfectly with caffeine. So if you have this with, say, your morning coffee, you get the effects, the synergistic effects of caffeine and L-Theanine together, takes the edge off the caffeine, gives you this really smooth energy, and you get no crash, no jitters, or anything like that. So it works really well in that instance. You then have Panax Ginseng, 150 milligrams of that. Very strong nootropic supplement. One of the very few that is shown to potentially work in healthy individuals for improving brain function, which is very rare considering most nootropic ingredients have been shown to potentially work in older adults or adults that have some kind of cognitive impairment or cognitive decline. So the fact that that potentially works in healthy individuals is a big plus for anyone looking to for the brain boost. Then we have LuteMax 2020, which is a vision supplement to help preserve eye health. So overall, you got a pretty solid formulation within NooCube, whereas within Prevagen, you don't really have much. You're kind of relying on this one ingredient that is very, very speculative. And if we're going to go further down the speculative rabbit hole, it's kind of led them to a lawsuit against Prevagen. NooCube has no lawsuits against it. Prevagen, on the other hand, had the Federal Trade Commission take legal action against Prevagen. Prevagen advertised that their product could improve memory, but the FTC and the state of New York argued that Prevagen's claims were misleading. This is based on the study that I referenced earlier. They said the product wasn't proven to work any better than a placebo. Initially, a lower court rejected the case, but a higher court disagreed and said the FTC could continue challenging Prevagen's claims, and I believe they have settled. I'm not entirely sure, but regardless, a lawsuit against those claims, usually not a good thing. So let's just put this to the side for the moment and look at the price between these two supplements. For Prevagen, you're looking at anywhere from $1.25 to about $2 per serving. I mean, they've got so many different products of these, just with random things thrown in or just different dosages. It's going to range by quite a bit. $1.25 to $2 per serving is typically what you're looking at. But NooCube, you're looking at $1.30 to $1.95 per serving. So in terms of cost, they're pretty much the same, but you're actually getting a proper nootropic formula in NooCube. With Prevagen, you're getting not much at all. So if you're going to go between these two, the winner is clearly NooCube. But if you're looking for something even better, make sure you check out this video next. It goes into our top 5 nootropic supplements for memory and focus. NooCube is in there, but it is not number 1. So if you check out that video, you see which one we recommend. And if you want to purchase any of these, check the links down in the description. They will be there for you.